Hey guys, welcome back to another story time. So, I'm just prepping myself to bed, and I've just come across through a TikTok video that has reminded me of this particular story that I'm about to share. So back then, when I was employed, I was located at the station at one of these high-end stores. No, okay, I've worked in different high-end stores, and one thing about high-end stores, the clientele that walks in, they're always different. So in this particular store, the kind of clientele that walked in are foreigners, and most of them they're Caucasians. Now, personally, I have suffered from colorism, and that the reason why I founded this brand here, Love Being Me. Secondly, I've suffered from okay, I'm black skin tone, yeah, so that is colorism, and also I've also suffered from low self-esteem for the longest time. But okay, like now I'm okay, I'm good. So and one of the persons that did help me overcome it, overcome the low self-esteem, was a friend of mine who happened to be a narcissist. I don't know, but I survived that narcissism. Yeah, you're good. Now with that in mind, I have been in this store for several months, if it is not a year. So during one of those months, a certain lady comes to work in this store. No, she is selling a different brand from whatever it is that I'm selling. That means there's no our KPIs they are actually meeting. Okay, and personally, I was paying so much attention to me hitting those KPIs so that so that at the end of the day I do a very good reporting and I'm not asked why, Janice, why didn't you meet your numbers today? That is not a question that I want to be answering at 8 a.m. Nini at 8 p.m. So what happened was, this particular lady walked in. One thing you could tell, her fashion sense on top, her makeup on top. So her imagery on top, she's something that she paid attention to. Personally, I'm opposite. Okay, I am an opposite of that. I am not a makeup artist. Okay, I have a friend of mine. Okay, I have two friends who do makeup professionally, and they have all done makeup on my face, and I've never, like, makeup is not my thing. They have tried to teach me, like, makeup is just not my thing. So what happened? What happened was, in high-end stores, for women, the criteria is always the image is, it's a key. Apart not from the skills and what you're going to sell and not blah 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 or all those other things, your image needs to be on top. That is not negotiable. So how I did survive in those particular stores, I'll do like this. The first 2 days, the first 2, 3, 4 days, I will go with makeup, and then from there, I've understood the nature. Then I didn't. That okay. Then I don't need to do makeup as bad. Okay, like I would understand the field and then gauge on how to go around it. Simply because I'm not a makeup person. And again, back then, okay, I used to apply makeup, and then I would have some very weird reaction on my face. Now, so when this lady walks in after, I think a week, I think after 2 weeks or so, I think when she got comfortable, she told me something that left me flabbergasted. Okay, she told me like, "Hey, Jane Loise, okay, I wish I were you. Okay, no, I'm envious of you." I was like, why? Because the clientele that walks in here, you see all these wazungos, they keep on looking at you. I'm like, what? Personally, I've stayed in this store for all those years. I've never noticed it. I think it's because I was just focused on the numbers, because the kind of a product I was selling, particular then, it was new in the market, and so there's no negotiation about the numbers. You have to hit the numbers. Me, I'm like, me just wanna hit the numbers, get paid, go home, sleep, end of it. And she was like, it's because I like your black skin tone. I was like, what? Hii black skin tone imeshukukulu nini kuwa crucified nayo hivi? What do you mean? And then she goes like, you have a flat tummy. I was like, Jess, so flat tummy where? Me personally, I've always thought I have a big tummy. And then she goes like, it's because you're small bodied. I'm like, Jess, yani, every compliment that this lady was giving me, she was giving me in a very appreciative, in a very envious way, in a very respectful way. All these compliment that this lady was giving me, I faced negativity on them, about them. Kizungu ni gani hapo? Yes. Let me tell you some. When she got done speaking, I didn't know how to respond to it. But I think just for professional purposes, I said thank you. And the reason why I didn't know what to say is because I was like, I wish I could see myself with this lady's eyes, through this lady's eyes. I wish I had seen myself through this lady's eyes for all this time that I've been in this town. Secondly, I was like, so you mean what I've been facing outside there? In the truth, that who there are people who see the good in that. And again, personally, I come from a financially from not a well financially family. You know what I mean? So I was like, my goal is to get the money. Let me get the money. This lady looked at me and she was like, every Caucasian, so many Caucasian walks in here. They first of all look at you. They are admiring me. I won't lie. I don't remember any Caucasian looking at me. I don't. By the time that she was telling me, I couldn't like say that Caucasian, that Caucasian, that Caucasian. I didn't pay attention to that. But first of all, I do appreciate her for letting me, because she did give me a booster. So whatever girl you are, I don't know whether you remember me, or even whether you remember that conversation. Let me tell you, nowadays when I go to this to the place where this store is located, I go there with full confidence. I know that I'm actually beautiful. Now, I don't the story. There's no way I've shared that story. It's because whatever you are as a woman, whatever you are as a man, and mostly, okay, let me say, okay, allow me to mention this with the Kenyan market on how they do their advertisement. Can you look at those billboards? Then you tell me the man is what skin color and the woman is what skin color, and the children, the girl, the daughter is what skin color, and the boy is what skin color. Because I remember there's that particular time I was reading about that and going through around it, and there's somebody who just justified the whole thing. It made sense. Okay, it made sense from the money making point, but it didn't make sense from another point, because I was asking myself, in regions where then the black skin tone is the is the is the major population, then what do they do there? What do they do? You know what I mean? So you, if you are there and you are a girl, you are a lady, and you have suffered colorism, because colorism is a very big conversation. I've also suffered colorism in the place of work. We're looking for job. I've gone to an interview na tulikuwa wengi, and then this client actually they did this incident. Yeah, job nikafanya a very good research about colorism in Kenya, and colorism in Kenya is horrible. It's bad. It's second to racism. If people talk about tribalism, let your children sit down and talk to you about colorism. That when you have a different conversation about that. So we go to this particular interview. We were so many, and we are ladies. And then this particular lady walks out of the office. She was a white skinned lady and thick, beautifully thick. She comes and then she goes like ta 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 ta, like kuchagua pinpoint. When you looked, when you pinpoint, they were all light skinned ladies. Let me tell you, we as black skinned ladies, we looked at each other and we were like, sasa sisi tunajua kuuza, because it was about sex. Sasa sisi tunajua kuuza, hata sisi tunajua kuuza, tutauza tu, tutahit hizo target nini kuuza. So that's what led me to do the whole like a study about colorism, and that's when I learned about the psychology behind even the marketing industry, why they go. We do a research on those billboards. Utembea hapo hivyo Thika Road, utembea Lavington, uko kwa gari, angalia billboards and tell me the billboard with the family. Because those are family. Atakasi a family, wherever there's a lady involved, look at home. Look at the skin color of those ladies. Light skin ladies, we love you. Black skin ladies, we love you. We love each other because we are all one. So, and I believe colorism is a conversation that need to happen in our country, and there's a whole healing process that need to go to it, because there's no need for another generation to suffer colorism. I think the generation that has suffered from colorism, that's enough. The born 2000 plus, like 2010 kwenda huko juu, they don't need to grow up 2010 kwa miaka ngapi? 16. Yeah, let's protect the children's work from, okay, let's protect let's protect another generation from suffering from colorism. Yeah, that's my prayer. Thank you all very much for watching. May God bless you. Have a lovely one. See you next. Bye.